Whiskey Thoughts is the part of the show where we each take a shot of whiskey, we bare our soul, and we let you in on the MMA-related thoughts of two degenerates. That is us. The whiskey of the week this week is some more high-class Black Velvet. We video our whiskey thoughts each week. We post them on our Instagram at the Simply MMA podcast and on our YouTube channel as well. If you want video yourself taking a shot, giving your own whiskey thought, DM it to us and we will share it. Who would like to go first? You got it?
Yeah.
All right. Manny first with the whiskey thought this week. Whew. The Black Velvet does not always go down super smooth.
I'm more mentally prepared, but I got caught watching some fights.
Some fights, yep.
My whiskey thought is just about the Herb Dean and all the complaining on Twitter. It's so easy, I feel like, these days to catch a trend and just start overblowing a point of view. And I feel like that's what happened with the late stoppage of Derek Lewis versus Curtis Blaydes last Saturday night. Mm-hmm. I saw Ben Folks from MMA Junkie put out something from when he goes in for that takedown. We all saw his body fold and everybody took a second to not understand what was happening before he fell. Ben Folks timed, he said from the second he was unconscious to when he stopped it, it was 2 seconds. Now that includes from him trying to enter on that single leg, getting hit, and then Herb Dean stopping the fight. 2 seconds. From the time it took for him to hit the ground and Herb Dean to get there was under a second. What else do you want the guy to do?
Yeah.
You know, it's one of those things where you could criticize him for what happened in the Amanda Hebos versus Marina Rodriguez fight. You can
the Olenek fight.
You can even criticize him for something earlier in the night with the Olenek fight. But the fight at the end of the night, I don't get why everybody's so up in arms about it. It's not like a knockout where Curtis Blaydes starts to fall backwards, stumble backwards, and Derek Lewis has to cover ground. And obviously, you know, Herb should have met him there and been quicker. No one knew until he hit the ground that he was out. And right then, Herb starts sprinting forward. These are professional athletes. Derek Lewis lands that bomb. He takes one step, and he's already hitting him again in the face while he's down. Not like he has to run over there. And, you know, I just think it's a little bit ridiculous, the outcry of Herb Dean's washed, terrible referee, and they use that as their example. I know it's fun to jump on this trend on Twitter, but it's just not the case. Watch it again. I wonder how many people actually watch that fight again just by, you know, paying attention to Herb Dean and not just reposting things they saw on Twitter. So that's my whiskey thought. Like, it wasn't a bad stoppage. It was a totally fine stoppage.
Yeah, I didn't think that one was that crazy either. When I first heard that, I thought people were talking about like the Olenek or one of the earlier ones. But yeah. Well, my whiskey thought. This week there was a fight a week or two ago in Afghanistan, lower level fight, and we had Leonardo Barboza taking on Wally Hotak. I know, guys, we've all heard of.
Of course.
But interesting story. We see in the fight, Leonardo, who's looking pretty good. Looks like he's winning the first round. I think it happens in the second round, and he gets hit in the body, and he just throws his body on the ground, and they call it a stoppage. After getting hit, it was a very bizarre stoppage. And after the fight, he said,
"Are these like soldiers?"
No, they're fighters.
They're
fighting in Afghanistan. That's where the event was held. Yes.
My mind said, "You must be a soldier if you're in Afghanistan."
But Barboza, the man who got finished in the fight, said that before the fight, a man entered his locker room and started screaming things in his native language. Barboza couldn't understand a word he was saying. He did understand the message, however, and the man also showed him he was carrying a gun. And then I guess he says during the fight, this man, as they're fighting, gets super close to the cage. And he said he kept screaming, extremely aggressive. He said he got closer to the cage in between rounds and started saying something similar to what he had in the locker room, only more aggressive. He said he was winning the fight. He won the first round. He broke the other guy's nose. He thought he was going to win. He said that happened. He started worrying about his family, his kids. He said he felt like he was threatened that he was going to get shot. And he throws the fight. So
I feel like it's terrible production by everybody. One, just wait for you to get a hit in the head and then go down. Also, and if you're the guy trying to do the fight fixing, maybe come to him beforehand. Maybe bring a translator so we can all get on board. You know
what we're doing. Yeah, the Barboza said he flew from Brazil to Afghanistan by himself. And since his manager, the only person that would accompany him on the trip, tested positive for COVID, he was literally like there by himself.
Yeah, you got to throw that fight.
Yeah, so he's like, yes.
You got to throw it. Like, just for your well-being, you got to throw
what
that
a
fight.
terrible experience.
You're all
for that
excited.
guy.
I got to go to another country. I'm going to fight. And then you're like, oh, fuck.
And then you get threatened. So his opponent already said that he would give him a rematch somewhere other than Afghanistan.
Well, he's a good gentleman there.
Good
You know,
for
nice
him.
guy.
And I mean, at first I thought like, oh, is he just saying this? Like he's just saying. But if you watch the video,
It's
clearly,
pretty jarring.
like he gets hit here and he just like throws his hands up. What a rough go around for him.